folks, I know the title or maybe the thumbnails may have thrown some of you into maybe unsubscribing, but this is a honest discussion, at least me sharing my thoughts as I usually do around this, stock we all love. And I think some of you also, maybe a bunch of you, may have also had the same question. Is when this whole thing is gonna be over? Like, is this stock ever going to squeeze, if a squeeze at all? Because for the last 2 years, all right, we've been on a yo-yo play. We've been on a yo-yo, not only on the price action, but we've been on a yo-yo when it comes to our emotions. And sometimes, I don't know about you, but I'm just being honest here. Sometimes I feel tired. I'm exhausted emotionally because it's a fight. It's a fight, and I know you shouldn't really be invested in a stock like this because this is not for the faint of the heart, but it is what it is. But it doesn't, exclude the emotion attached to the whole roller coaster, all right? But on top of that, I'm looking at some of the reasons why people may think, is this thing ever even going to squeeze? Because we talked about interest rate increasing like 6 months ago, 7, 8 months ago, all right? Now, the Federal Reserve will be increasing interest rate for the 7th time by September or maybe November, all right? But so far, the price of AMC is not even half of what it used to be at the top of the all-time high. So I'm talking about the 30s pre-ape, which ultimately can be around maybe the 25 or maybe the 30s as well. I don't know. So that's number one. And then number two, we talked about Evergrande. Evergrande, is the end of the Chinese economy, is the end of the real estate market as we know it in China, and also with some repercussions and consequences here in the US because of the bonds that they hold, and they can use that collateral, etc., etc. But here we are. It's been almost another 6 months, and nothing happened. And then when the war in Ukraine started, people were talking about, okay, how the war is going to impact this whole thing. But it seems as if this is also going silent, like a Cold War between the US and Russia, and nothing is happening, all right? Now, it also used to be, I can go on and on and on and on and on on the list of catalysts, the list of things that were supposed to happen. Oh, before I forget, the rules from the DTCC, the rules from the New York Stock Exchange, the rules from this federation of authority, and this and that, FINRA, whatever. And at the time, these are things we discuss on this channel. And at the time, you feel excited because when you look at how the market works, how things are supposed to go, technically from a textbook perspective, those things were supposed to be huge catalysts. But somehow, some way, the other side, the short sellers, the big guys with the big pockets that are really controlling this thing, somehow find a way to get out of it, or to continue to kick the can down the road, to continue to push this thing as far as they can, which creates this, huge strain on our emotions as the retail, as the holders and the buyers, because, we have a lot of expectations when it comes to what this thing is supposed to be. All right. So I think anybody wouldn't argue at all on this emotional roller coaster and the fact that, hey, pushing people to think, is this even worth holding anymore? All right. So, and that's kind of one of the main part of the conversation. All right. I just wanted to share that because I feel as if I'm not the only one thinking that sometimes. All right. Now, when Ape went out, everybody was on the expectation that Ape will be that ultimate thing that will happen, because not only will expose the shorts, but also it will force the shorts to return the shares or cover the shares, because of the fact that if you are short AMC, you're also short Ape, and the money is getting dried and tied and more expensive in the market and the economy, and based on that, it will force some of the shorts to get out. But no, Ape is also 35% down from, when it started trading on Monday. AMC, pretty much same thing. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I feel this is a safe space for us to kind of share stuff, right? Now, does that mean that it will never ever squeeze? Because when I think about it, I also start to be a lot more bullish. It may sound weird, but here's my thought process. When you are short as big as the shorts are in AMC, it means that your intention at the beginning was to never cover. Meaning, when you started shorting the stock of AMC, your intention was to, it was so easy that the company will go bankrupt and you will never ever have to deal with it anymore, and that would be a perfect deal. But the apes showed up, retail investors showed up. Some of the institutions showed up for different reasons, but everybody and some people, a bunch of investors showed up and they pretty much took that out of the picture. And now they are stuck. They're stuck with this whole pile of debt, which ultimately means that if it was a no-brainer that AMC has a huge potential of bringing life-changing money to people holding it, they would have done things differently because they wouldn't see the potential of them getting vaporized or for us getting, the wealth transfer from their pockets to our pockets, right? And I think the ultimate game here they're trying to play is the game of time, a patience game. Like, we're going to try to use as much roller coasters in terms of emotions, in terms of, price action, that it will drain them completely out of this play, and they will pretty much, it will be natural for them to start selling off so that the price will go down and we will never have to cover anything, as that was the intent to begin with. All right. So in other words, AMC is so big, and because it's so big, they're fighting nails and tooth to make sure the plan works out, even though it's pretty clear, we're looking at the facts and the data and the numbers, that the plan has already failed. So if AMC was this a trash of a company, why are they still fighting when it comes to media, misinformation, shilling, bashing, collusion, and short and manipulation through dark pools? Why is everything not going into the light? All right. Why is everything not going about this, thinking about is that as if it was just a quick thing? No, because they know apparently this is going to be big. All right. Now, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. But this is my lecture of the last 2 years when it comes to, is this thing even going to squeeze ever, if a squeeze at all? I might be wrong here. I might be wrong, but I'm treating this as, a retirement account. Like, if it goes down and I have some money, buy more. If not, boom, I'm letting it go. And I'm going to let it sit because I don't need the money right now. Thank God. I'm grateful for that. I don't need the money. And because I don't need the money, I can wait because I also have time. Does the other side do? Not so sure.